Welcome to the Reinvent Yourself 2018 interview series.
Yeah, it's an honor to be here with you, and it's an honor to be here with Maya Fiennes as well.
Yes, Maya Fiennes is the author of Yoga for Real Life. She is an extraordinary soul who you're about to meet with such incredible wisdom inside of her that she's generously sharing with us today.
I've known Maya for over a decade, and if you want to master coming into more joy and more abundance in just living your life, Maya is the person to listen to and listen here today.
Yes. So we really wanted to welcome Maya here. So welcome, Maya. We're so happy to have you.
Hello. Thank you so much. That was very kind words.
Our honor.
Yeah. So we would love to start. We start every interview with a question. You know, has there ever been a time in your life where you have had to or have chosen to reinvent yourself?
Oh my God, many times. Once. Oh, I'm one of those curious personality person, which I always like to know what is on the other side and what's more to learn. And I love education and I love to learn more. And all my life I've been doing creative work. So I started as a musician. Since I was 6 years old, I was playing piano and I was a concert pianist, and I was very accomplished to the point that I got a grant from my country to send it to London. And that's why I went to London, because also coming from a society that I was in, like very restrictive, almost like socialism, communism, all this kind of stuff. So you can't...
Which country was that?
Macedonia.
Ah, okay.
And it was part of Yugoslavia, and then there was a war, and then the whole thing. So just before the war, I managed to get out, and that gave me even more drive to make it happen for myself. So I'm full of drive. So I had to make it like to be the best so that I can actually get out. So, you know, there were different reasons for me to also do that. But the point was that I enjoyed music was my life. That's what I always did. I remember when I was little, my parents will take me to dinner parties, whatever. But every house in Macedonia have piano or any instrument. It's very musical nation. So I was always find myself, instead of playing with the kids, I would be like pretending like I'm playing the piano, and I was like, everybody would find, oh my gosh, she's weird. But because they don't understand what I was doing, and I was really imagining I'm in a concert hall, I already visualized all of that, and I did it. Because I was begging my parents, buy me the piano. They go, piano is expensive, no way. And I was like, no, I want piano. So that's how I started. So then music took me to London, and I was studying Royal College of Music and did master degree there. And then I started my journey as a creative. Then I reinvented myself because I started getting bored, to be honest, of just playing classical music. Then I wanted to compose music. Then I started composing. So I created like amazing first album that I did and I composed. So then I reinvented as a composer. Then I was like in a fashion world. Then I became a fashion designer. So you're talking to somebody who has reinvented herself like how many times? I don't know. Became a yogi. So all of that is under whole one umbrella, which is, I call it the creative umbrella. If you have these creative juices in you constantly bugging you for more and, I want to learn more, I want to create more. It's that whole idea of creating that made me change my careers many times.
I'm wondering, in those reinventions, did you find that it was a challenge for you to make the shift from one place to the other? And if so, what would you rub up against?
You know, it's so funny. When I was younger, I was really courageable. I had so much courage just by myself. I'm kind of like a warrior. And I didn't even think. And I think it's my personality. I'm a fire sign, and you name it. You just have to say something, and I'm doing it. I didn't think about it. I don't think enough. So that's my challenge, to actually slow down and actually think about the consequences of what I'm doing. But maybe call it crazy, but because I wasn't thinking, I was just jumping from one another and making it all successful, just because I wasn't thinking too much about problems that can occur. I never thought of problems. I only saw myself. I will visualize, I'm going to see myself in Buckingham Palace. I end up in Buckingham Palace entertaining the Prince Andrew and everybody. He became my sponsor. I visualize something. I'm a fashion designer. The first thing you're doing, I'm doing a fashion show with all the biggest models. I mean, it's kind of like how I did my life. I just put myself there and I do it. I don't think about, wait, what if? Because then you get into fear, and the fear blocks you, and then you're paralyzed, and then you can't change.
Can we talk about this for a minute? Because I know so many people are probably like, wow, okay, so this is something that people...
Unusual.
Yeah, because people study this. People take courses on manifestation, on the law of attraction, and it sounds like it was natural for you. Like you just automatically did it. So how were you visualizing? Could you give us a little glimpse into...
Right. So first of all, what I realized, that what I've been doing all my life, sitting on the piano and practicing many hours, that was actually meditation.
Wow.
I had no idea, but now that I'm aware of what meditation feels and like, oh my God, as a child, I was just completely, for hours, I would be sitting on the piano, just completely going off in the world, like you name it. It's just so beautiful. And even on the concerts, I remember 2 hours, the time flies. The way I started, and then I stop and I hear the applause. Where did the time go? Where did I go in my mind for those 2 hours? It just, that was pure meditation. I was so blessed and so honored and so privileged to have that, not knowingly. Maybe because I didn't know, maybe I didn't put too much, weight on it, but I was just doing it all the time. Everybody who is a musical, or if you do sport, or because you're in that zone, right? When free flow, when everything happened without you controlling it, because you're not controlling it. So these days, Steven Kotler, and I don't know if you know those guys, they're talking about this free flow and where the mind goes and what do you do? How do you actually overcome challenges? In that flow, anything is possible. So that gap or flow, whatever you want to call it, is that moment in between when the thoughts are not there that you enter. It's like a vortex entering into another realm where everything is possible.
So how does somebody else do this?
That was exactly my question. Someone who doesn't play piano or,
Well, okay, but then I actually trained myself. Then luckily I found yoga, because yoga and meditation and mantra. Being a musician, I got very connected to Kundalini yoga because they use a lot of sound and a lot of mantras, and I was completely into it. So that was my tool. So for other people, I would say, go to that. My meditation, mantra, yoga, this is the ways. They are the best tools that can give you to actually train your mind to be free and just completely go into that space. But you need to cultivate that. It needs time. It's not just, I'm meditating now and tomorrow everything happens. But, you have to work on it. That's where you can take it for longer time, not expecting that suddenly everything will happen tomorrow, but to be patient and
So then once they have that meditation, then what does that do for them to be able to assist them in creating what they want in their lives? Because really, I know a lot of the people out here are really looking for tools to really be able to step into living their life truthfully, honestly, powerfully, purposefully, and do it in their careers.
For me, the main ingredient in this whole soup is passion. So do it with passion and do it with kindness, anything will work out. And you have to have the passion. No matter what you do,
We just heard the universe say
Yeah, it
yes
was like,
to that.
ding.
A passionate bing.
Maybe that was my biggest ingredient that drove me all the way through changing and not fearing about changes, because of passion. When I get passionate about something, oh my God, I get lost in it, completely crazy. And then it's just like the energy and the inspiration that I bring with that passion. When I'm passionate and I talk to other people, everybody goes like, oh my God, we want this.
Wow.
Because the way I express it, and it's expression, it's very good. Passion and expression of that passion brings you to that. And then meditation, when you sit in meditation, you feel the passion about what you're thinking, of visualizing. I think visualization is very good tool for people to, when are beginners, to start, because the visualization and how you visualize, it's like really feel everything. You see it, you colors, you smell it, you feel it, and then it's just, and then let go. Let go and don't think too much of it. Just keep going.
I noticed your tattoo says that. I love it. That's beautiful. You know, I think what you're touching on too, it's like with the manifestation, like you're this master of manifestation without even trying, like just naturally, it sounds like. And would you say that that visualization, the colors, the feelings, the specifics of what you want is what also plays into the art of manifestation, of creating one's dreams?
Yes, absolutely. But there is a lot to do with letting go of that, what you need. And not thinking like, also enjoying the process, enjoying the journey, because if you're just focused on the outcome, and then you lose the journey, and then the passion goes, and in fact, it doesn't happen.
Can we just highlight that for a moment? Because I don't think enough people speak about that. How you're saying to really see what you desire, focus on it, and enjoy that process and let it go. It's almost like for the sake of the joy that comes from visualizing, it's for that. And if it actually manifests, great. But to let go of the attachment.
Let go of attachment. If it happens or it doesn't happen, it's the same. But that's not very easy, right?
Oh, huh. Hold on. Now let's do this
go for it, and then it happens, that happens, and then I move on to something else.
How does one actually, my teacher calls it loving non-attachment. So how does one actually go passionately towards something? Because when you're passionately going towards something, there is a desire. There's a desire to have what you're going towards. So then at the same time, how do you go towards that, but then also let go?
Exactly.
Whether it happens or not.
Whether it happens or not. Well, for that, mantra helped me a lot.
Yeah.
Mantra. I mean, I'm talking to you, but my mantra is going in my head.
Beautiful.
Constantly have the mantra going in my head. And that is, you're changing the vibration. So it's all, we are all energy. We are all based on vibrations. So frequencies that we create, it's what makes that desire, when you're attached or not, when it happens or doesn't, is the frequency. So if you sit in that envy frequency or jealousy, oh damn, they made it and I haven't made it, and oh, how I'm gonna get there, and then the vibration is low. It's not gonna get you there. So to keep the vibration high, that's the tool, mantra.
So has there been a time on your journey where you have, where there was a challenge, like you really wanted to reinvent yourself or get to the other side or materialize something, but it wasn't happening? And if so, how did you move through that? Like, how did you get through the triggers or the challenges of that? And keep going?
But of course, I mean, I'm not saying that it was all fun and lovely and everything happened easy. It's not always easy. Some things move forward, some things don't. And there is a frustration to go with it. Of course there is. I'm not like this superhuman. Yeah, we are all superhuman, by the way. You have to accept that. But there is also, of course, sometimes things don't happen. And sometimes, so then you can choose. You can choose to worry about it and your vibration goes low, or you choose to say, okay, this was not a good timing. I will try again. And then actually, a few years later, I try something. Oh my God, this was easy. How did that happen? All it is, sometimes the timing is not right. Sometimes I find myself, I'm too much ahead of a time.
Mm.
So I'm already onto something that people are not ready to take. Okay, I'll wait. I'll keep that project for later. I mean, I'm doing something now, actually, Kunda dance. I created this dance, which is, and I created the music for it. And so you dance through the chakras.
Okay.
So in Kundalini, very often we sit a lot, and I thought, wait a minute, there must be something, because all the memory sits in the cells of the body. So you have to shake it, you have to stimulate it, you have to get it out. It's not just the head working, it has to be the body. So the body has to catch up with your soul requirement. So my soul have been saying, Kunda, 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 was banging on me like 5 years ago. I started the process. I travel the world. Everybody I teach, people go, oh, please put it in. We want to learn. We want to learn. We want to learn. So finally, people are ready for it.
Oh my.
And I'm ready for it. And now I'm just about to launch it. Hopefully, but I created the whole program. It's like an online yoga training. But it takes only a few hours. Everything is filmed. Everything is recorded. I explain everything how to do it. I give the music. So young people out there, they just go and learn it. And like the conscious Zumba or the 5 rhythms or something like that, go and do it, you know? And the end result of that, people are joy, energized, inspired, and happy. And now at this point, we really need that.
Yes.
So there are some things don't happen, and don't get too crazy about it, like, oh my God. Then you will see, okay, the timing is not right. Try a few years later.
Yeah.
You just have to sink in with that unity has to happen with body, mind, and spirit. The soul might be much faster, but the body is not catching up with it, or the fight comes within yourself.
Yeah.
And then actually the people are not ready.
Right.
Lots of elements that have to play right for something to happen.
Yeah, I've never heard that said before. The body has to catch up sometimes with the soul, because it's like a denser reality.
And sometimes illnesses happen because of that.
That separation, that
Exactly. So the soul is like, I want to hear, but the body is wait for me. I have to catch up with you.
Right.
But yoga, meditation, and mantra help us to get that union faster. And once you're more into that union, then more in sync.
Powerful.
So what you're speaking of is using these tools to really lift your vibration.
Yes.
And because even hearing what you're speaking of moving from one thing to the next, or waiting once you have this idea and this creative explosion, and this is it for you to share, and this is going to change the life of others, the lives of others. And then you have to wait. That takes trust and faith. And that's another whole level of vibration of trust and faith. So we're wondering, what would you suggest to people who, they're not living in that higher vibration on a regular basis, and it's tough for them to even have the vibration and the will to even do your practice or a regular practice each day? How do you guide them into that, to get into a desire to live that or to lift that vibration each day, to do what it takes?
Well, it could be only just simple to start small steps. Small steps, meaning like when you catch your thoughts. So when you start thinking negative, that's the first minute. You just catch that, and that's it. That's enough. You don't have to change it. Just acknowledge it. Okay, now you're going again. It's the whole around, the same thoughts that go around. You catch them before they get you down. So just catching that, that's all you need to do. From now, I said to my students, just do that. Acknowledge that, that thought is coming again. Okay, that's okay. I caught you now. Next time, you're not going to catch it. You're going to go down. All right? Next time, you might catch it again. So it's just small steps. And just really acknowledge those thoughts, because those are the thoughts that brings you down and the vibration. And if you start, just even exaggerate your thinking of the positive, rather than focusing on the negative. Focus on what you want and what is the positive of that saying, because you can easily just focus on person who your partner or whatever, you constantly that's that's what he's doing wrong, and that's what he's doing wrong, instead of no, or catch yourself thinking positive about it.
Yes. Yeah.
Just one thought, even just start small like that.
Beautiful. And everyone has that ability, right? To just
everybody. You don't have to do yoga, you don't have to do, just catch yourself. It's that thought again.
Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. A question's coming to mind, because there's people who a very common question we come across is people who want to start their soul-centered business, and they have a dream in their hearts, but they don't believe in themselves. They don't believe that they can make a living doing it. They don't believe, they're afraid to invest in, let's say, the support they need to make it come to fruition, or whatever they need to make their business come alive. What would you say as far as like a first step in someone's business to make it profitable, like to actually make a living doing it? Is that something you believe in? Any tips around?
I don't know if I'm completely right for, I don't know, the way I do it.
Yeah. Is what?
I risk. I'm a gambler. I risk. I'm like, okay, this will happen, and I'm going to put my money, even if it's the last. You know what happened to me in those moments in London when I was telling you I was thinking high, and I was student, I had no money. Nobody ever supported me. I just had to do it all myself. And there will be days when, okay, I have $1,000 to pay my rent, or I can buy a musical instrument to go for my career, and I will do that. And people go, you're crazy. And trusting that the money will come for the rent. But and trusting last day things will happen. Oh, I got a job, somebody paid me, I can do the piano. I don't know. You just trust. So I don't know, that's might be too much.
We love it. We love it.
There's something I'm getting from you that's unique. It's like this unique flavor, which is your light and your enthusiasm is so bright. It's almost like I've heard the quotes like, enthusiasm is the engine of success, or follow your bliss and the bliss will burn out the pain, or things like that. And it's what I'm getting from everything you're sharing, this undercurrent of move toward with passion what you love, and
trust. That will come out. So whichever way, if as I said, I was completely trusting, the money for rent will come. That's it.
Yeah.
So I keep
show the universe that you trust. It immediately shows you, but you need to make that step. You need to jump. You remember that scene in the Indiana Jones when he was like, and then he was just about to fly, and he said trust, and the bridge came in front of him when he was jumping, because he jumped first. And the safety net was there.
Yes.
So.
That's it. It's this dance, and I keep bringing back, because I keep thinking of people I've worked with, and when we say just trust, for them they have so many experiences and belief systems that they can't trust, that they can't trust in themselves or out there, because so many times they have so many memories and experiences of something not working out or not happening for them, and they really believe that they've done everything they could, and they took that leap, and then what happens? So how do we unwind some of that? How do we come back to that innocence of the trust that we were born into?
Right. That's a very good question. That is. Really, it's taking the steps. I think still for me, it's small steps, and just unwinding that negative thinking. You have to stop that negative thing, that voice. You see, we always have these voices. The one is good and bad, and negative, positive, and light and dark. And it's always that duality and the opposites. But if we can just learn to live with the opposites and just accept it, and make also good choices. It's also, you have to be working. Look, you're not going to just stop working for some company, even though you don't like it, because that's your bread and butter. But you still want to follow your passion. So if you can start doing both, so you don't completely like, I trust, and I go out there and you get burned. So, but I think you get burned only because you don't fully really trust inside yourself. So then you have to go deeper, finding out who you are, what are your belief system about yourself, and do you really love yourself? If the love is there for yourself, that will be a big key. And for that, there is so much out there that we can guide people through all sorts of yoga and opening the heart and meditations. But I think it's be also logical. You can't just trust completely and just like, you always have to have the logic and dance between, because it's not just, oh, I'm just going to be yogi about it and just going to go out there and burn. No.
I love your speaking to that.
I think a lot of people are exhaling right now.
Yeah, a lot of people are going, oh, okay.
Okay, it doesn't all have to happen today.
You have to have logic, and you have to be clever about it and say, okay, I'm making this choice. Actually, whatever choice you make, stick to it, because then the universe will follow. But when you stay on the in between, so I'm not sure, but I will do, but I'm not going to do. And that limbo, I call it, the middle part, it's the most annoying, because then you cannot be supported by universe, because universe, which one do you want me to go for? What do you want? You want this or that? No, I want to kind of stay in the middle. Then it gives you exactly that.
Yeah.
It's like the razor's edge of the knife. You're going to get cut there.
Right.
Choice have to be made, and make the choice and stick to it.
That's that. Okay, everyone, please hear that. Make the choice and stick to it. I think for a lot of spiritual people, especially people who are soul-centered, that's a lot of people will say, oh, it must not be meant to be, because, it's just too hard. Like, this challenge has come, so I should just give it up. But I love what you're saying. Make a choice and stick to it. Make a choice and stick to it. That's such powerful guidance. And also to stay in your job if you need to, until there's enough.
Find a ways, but you have to be clever about it. You can't just completely let go of your bread and butter, right?
Yeah.
Different ways.
Yeah. So I'm really excited, because a lot of what you spoke about ties into your gift as well. Like, you're giving a beautiful, valuable gift that could really help people who are stuck in that place of, in the mind, stuck in the self-doubt, and so that gift we'll get into in a moment, but we have one more question.
Yeah, one more.
Okay. So if you had the world stage, so every ear on the planet is hearing what you have to say, what would you say in a sentence or two? What bit of guidance?
Well, I think it's easy. I think I said it on my let go, let God. You just have to let the Creator take care of you. He created you, He will take care of you. And just as we said, you push and then you let go. You want to desire, you want something, then let go. The letting go, it's like exhale. You need to exhale. You can't just keep. Then what happens?
Would you like
exhale? Let go. And the letting go, allowing to hear the messages, allowing the time for the universe to respond to you and to look after you. And it's that allowing that is the exhale, is the letting go. And it's so important to let go. I know we always call that let go, let go, let go. But actually, when you really try to understand that, I think that's written on my elbows. I put another one, trust. Just laying
So funny that's been your centerpiece.
For me, this one is for others.
Trust and let go, let God.
I love it. This ties in perfectly to your gift. So you have something called the Journey Through the Chakras. And I am so grateful. First of all, thank you for sharing your presence and your wisdom and your light with us and with everyone watching.
We're dancing the rest of the day.
Yeah, and by the way, I'm super curious about your dancing course.
The dance.
Yeah, I picked a card this morning that said "Dance More." Like it was.
Oh my God! There you go.
Okay, so I definitely would love to hear more about that too. But so as far as your gift, a journey through the chakras. So you have this 3-hour gift that you're giving our audience. Is that right?
Right. So the journey through the chakras is actually a set of 7 chakras, 7 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And I just filmed that last June in Greece, and we just put it now on the website in November. And it's a very good tool we work on all the areas, like all the issues that we all suffer. But first 3 chakras are the most important, because if you don't have the grounding, the fears, the addictions, everything happens from there. The foundation is the most important. First chakra, then relationships, how we relate to people, how we relate to ourselves, to nature, to friends. Then the third one, stress. Everything happens in the stomach, right? We have 72,000 nerves. The whole nervous system is there. So it's going as you go through the chakras, then opening the heart, the throat, expression, and then wisdom, intuition, all the 6, the pituitary gland. So you need to clear all your system in order to be open in your crown chakra to actually receive the messages. And so for the first 3, I think it's very important, the first 3 chakras. So that's my gift.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, powerful. So everyone watching, you can just click the button below and it'll take you to Maya's gift. So that sounds like it covers like many different access points. If someone's suffering from addiction or stress or relationship issues, anxiety. So that's powerful. Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah, thank you so much. And where can people find you? Where can they find you?
Well, my website is probably the best, mayafiennes.com.
Okay.
Mayafiennes.com.
F-I-E-N, is it 1 N or 2 N's?
2 N's. Fiennes.
Awesome.
Maya Fiennes, thank you so
We
much.
adore you.
Yes, talking to you. Thank you. You are the inspiration.